da 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 da. So let's make that note be the loudest. Yeah, good. And as we come back down, we have to make some other adjustments. Because if we keep the bow where it works best on the D, then it's not going to sound as good when we come back down as well. So it's kind of a subtle thing, but really, in a sense, we're always listening and evaluating. Is what I'm doing with the bow giving me the best sound? And if not, how do I need to adjust it to fit what I'm playing in the left hand? Okay. Now, let's talk, and I know this is all going to go pretty quick, so I want to make sure we get to everybody. Let's talk a little bit about the left hand, especially up in thumb position. Have you played many other pieces that go up in thumb position, or is this kind of a newer thing? Okay, yeah. So, can you think about, there are kind of three basic shapes, hand shapes, that we use in thumb position. Any guesses as to what those might be? Well, that's true. That's the kind of technique we want. But there are a few actually like kind of hand positions that we use in thumb position. Yeah, what was that last one? Yes, so that we call the diatonic hand shape. It's 2 whole steps and a half step. You can think about it as the last few notes of C major or the first few notes of G major. Go ahead and just play G, A, B, C. Good. And one of the things that I think about with thumb is I want, just like in the lower positions actually, I want the weight of my arm to help push the string down. So when I'm up in thumb position, I want to be careful not to straighten out my fingers like this, because this puts the weight of my hand away from the bass. But I want to bring, I think about these knuckles kind of being directly over the notes. And so the weight of my hand, yes, that looks much stronger to me. Play that C like that. Yes. Now, if we're playing this passage, we're in what we think of as the chromatic hand shape, which is all half steps. So you want to think third finger's got C, second finger's on B, first is on B flat, and thumb is on A. Just play all those notes. Okay, so and what you're doing there, that's fine. You're putting in a little shift. That's totally fine too. Yeah, so really what you're kind of doing is you're moving from this shape, then you're coming back to like kind of thumb on the G, first finger A, second finger B. So that's totally fine. But it's good to be conscious of. There were a couple other spots too in the piece where you were shifting to didn't quite line up with the fingering that you were using. For instance, when you have the there, can you play that passage? Yes, it's from the, I guess it's from the B flat. Yes, so right there, stop for a second, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. So you've got B flat, B, and then what are your next two notes? F, G. So what finger, yeah, right now you're playing that F, G with second and third. Yeah, but that is a whole step. And it's really hard and almost impossible, especially until we get up higher on the bass, to play a whole step with 2 adjacent fingers. So really what you want to do is go to 1 on F, and that sets up your C sharp on 2. Yes, that's the position. Because then everything lines lines up. You know, I like to visualize the frets. So if I go to first finger here, then I've got F, G, and the C sharp is right in the middle. Yeah. So we want to have that same awareness when we're up in thumb position. But even as I move, I'm always conscious of what position am I in and where are my fingers in relation to the notes. Okay. I know we should probably move on because we gotta make sure we get to everybody. But man, all that sounds really good. I think for that stuff that is not quite sounding the way you want it to, I think most of it probably comes down to the bow and figuring out what you need to adjust there to get the sound that you want. Great job on all this. Yeah, yeah.